All right, everyone. Welcome back. My name is DM Rhino, and we're going to do another tutorial on how to, just a how-to for newer players or for experienced players or for anyone that wants to get into D&D. We're going to look at a legacy character again this time. And remember, if you like this video, hit that like, hit that bell, hit that subscribe. I make these videos for players who just want to get into D&D. So we're going to be looking at our legacy characters because, of course, some of the adventure books are still on 5e. They've not been updated, and we just gotta, go with it and see what we can do. So again, we're gonna go to our create character, and we're gonna see over here standard, of course. And then we don't want homebrew, we don't want the core rules this time. We can click off all of these. We just want the bottom three. These ones are our legacy or our core characters. No enabled content. We can have everything else. It should be fine, right? Yeah, everything else should be fine. We'll make this public. Okay. Yeah, let's make our good old fighter, right? Let's say fight leg. Let's call him a leg fighter. A leg fighter. Let's make that guy. Okay, well, yeah, perfect. Okay, now we've got our legacy all the way down here. We can see we got to look at the fighter. Again, you remember our abilities are strength and dexterity, strength and constitution. Excellent. We'll boost him up to level 3. Go, and here we got to look at our proficiencies. Let's give him acrobatics and athletics as good proficiencies for a fighter. Fighting style, let's change him up. We can see I'm going to actually make an archery fighter this time. Someone we don't really see a lot of, and you can do this in the new rules, of course, but I'm going to make archery. So we're going to take archery. Yeah, this gains +2 on ranged weapons attack. We get second wind, action surge. Nothing's really changed there, of course. And then which ones are we going to pick? Well, we can say there Battle Master Champion, Eldridge Knight. But if you look at the expanded rules, we get Arcane Archer. And I said this is what we want to get here. We've got the expanded rules of our legacy. Let's get Arcane Archer. And you will need either supplement books of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything or Xanthar's Guide to Everything, one of those things. But an Arcane Archer is good. So we get Arcane Archer lore. And we're going to pick the spell lore. So we're going to actually have him more of the Arcana. So that's magic. And we're going to give him, I'm happy with Prestidigitatus. Makes sense. I don't really use Druidcraft a lot. So Prestidigitatus is. And then we can unleash magical effects with our shots. We can see they do as we level. For now, level 3, it's okay. And we get 2 arcane shots. And this arcane shot is our DC plus your proficiency plus my intelligence. So now we've got an intelligent fighter. So let's see, which one would we pick for an arcane archer? Well, let's have a look at the seeking arrow. Use your divination magic to seek out a target. When you use this option, you don't make an attack roll for the attack. Instead, you choose one creature you can see, what you've seen in the past minute, and the arrow flies towards the creature, moving around corners and ignoring 3/4 cover. This is very important, and they have to make a dex saving. Yeah, otherwise the arrow, yeah, so it's really good. It's a really good there. It's increasing the force damage by 2d6. So this is really good. Even if they make that save, on save, the target takes half as much damage. So it's basically a homing missile for your arcane archer. And then let's pick another one. If you're playing this for the first time, let's get piercing arrow, right? Again, homing missile and a piercing arrow. So again, you use magic to you use this option to make an attack roll. Instead of arrows fly toward before disappearing, the arrow disappears harmlessly through space, ignoring cover. Each creature in a line must make a dexterity saving throw. So it's like it goes through all of these creatures in a line if they're in a straight line. So it's a really good one to pick also, and they're very simple to use. If you're playing this for the first time, you don't have to worry about the others. These are 2 really good ones that you go, okay, one's a homing missile, one's just can hit a lot of creatures in a straight line. which is really fun. So these are really good. Now we've picked our arcane. We got to pick our background. Now let's choose, if we can have a look. Let's make, maybe we can, I wouldn't worry about the expanded rules too much over here. These are quite a lot, so let's just stick to our normal expanded rules. Let's go with folk hero. Sounded like a Robin Hood kind of character. Yeah, let's go with folk hero. Kind of like that. And let's give him smith's tools. Or yeah, wood carving tools. Wood carving tools sounds good. Yeah, but a smith's tool. We've got hospitality. Again, we can roll for our personality type. So let's roll 2d8. Yeah. Oh, good roll for us. There we go. It's an 8. I get easily bored, makes sense, and a 3. Okay, cool. And we just go roll for a d6. 2, so he's lawful. Another d6. So 1. I have a family. Okay, good. And we got a floor, another d6. Another one. Oh, so he is very much like Robin Hood. A tyrant rules over my land. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we are making sort of a Robin Hood kind of character. All right. Now we want our legacy, of course. So we want to pick for our archer an elf. You can pick a high elf, wood elf, dark elf, Eladrian elf, but I think we're going to pick high elf on this one because we get our dexterity, which we need for an archer, got our dark vision, keen sense, trance, and we get our intelligence and training and a cantrip. So let's pick a high elf. All the things we want. Now we get to pick our cantrip, of course. Let's pick Blade Ward, which is really good because if we look at Blade Ward again, you extend your hand until the end of your next turn. You have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing attacks. So that's really good for an archer because we don't want anyone to come forward and attack us. So that's really good. And we get an extra language. Let's give him Celestial. Okay. Now we've gone to the abilities. So I think last time we went for our standard array. Let's go for points to buy this time, right? So we've got our dexterity is increased by 2. And we've got our intelligence by 1. Okay, so first of all, do everything at 10. This makes it even across the board, so we don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so I would increase my dexterity a lot. By, not by 15, probably by 14, because it is a +2, and maybe my intelligence by 17. Yeah, so that's what we want, remember? These two, because this is our arcane archer, we want our intelligence high, we want our dexterity high. Okay, then we get the betweens, so maybe we get our constitution by up by that, by 12. Okay. Now I could say as an archer I probably don't need a lot of charisma being a fighter, and I could possibly boost it up again to 14. I like that. Yeah, I think so. That's pretty good. Yes. I like the constitution, I like the dexterity, and I like the intelligence. Yes. Then we go to our equipment. Okay, so we want that. We can have 2 martial weapons, a simple martial weapon. We do know a longsword, so we can have a longsword. Let's keep with the archery pack, and let's go with the explorer pack there. And we get another tool. Let's take our alchemist supplies. I'm going to add all of them. Good. Okay. So let's wield our longbow, our armor, and I think that's about it. Yeah, we can't have a longbow and a shield. It doesn't work like that, but let's go and see what's next. Give our character sheet. Ah, There we go. Armor class 14, initiative +3, charisma -1. That's fine. We have our longbow. We have our second wind, which is normal action surge, and we have our arcane shot. These are really good. Okay, excellent. On an unarmed strike, second wind is all there, our reaction, but as an arcane archer, do we get spells? We don't get a lot of spells now, but we do level up later on. So yeah, being a fighter is actually not too difficult to make, especially with the core rules or the legacy rules. They're not too difficult, but they're always fun to do. And arcane archers are really fun because they're like your your Robin Hoods, your Hawkeyes, all these things. They're really fun to play. And when we do get a feat, I would recommend Elven Accuracy as a feat. In fact, we can just add the feat here if we want. We'll just choose the feat. I think it's going to come out down here. Do we have Elven Accuracy, or we have to go all the way, scroll all the way down. Maybe it's in the expanded rules. Yeah, it's in the expanded rules of Xanthar's guide. If you can't get the expanded rules of Xanthar's guide to everything in the old one, I would pick this one, of course, being an archer, so we can add it there. We can increase our dexterity, our charisma, or our wisdom by 1, or our intelligence by 1, which gives us an option, of course. You have uncanny, precise, so let's pick charisma because we've already picked those. Yeah. If you can't get, of course, Elven Accuracy, we can delete it, it's fine. I would recommend for an archer, maybe Sharpshooter is really good. Again, that's a really good feat. Or let's go way up there. I do like Alert. I think Alert's a really good feat to have for any fighter, because that +5 on initiative and you can't be surprised really has a lot. That's really good. But yeah, you would have to speak to your DM about adding a feat, because we know in the old 2014 they don't get a feat with your background. But yeah, that's my legacy fighter for the legacy edition. Remember, if you like these videos, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and I just make D&D tutorials for everyone to get them into the game, And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Cheers, everyone. Bye.